Hello, Adam Laurie here, addiction specialist and hypnotist, helping people like you overcome addiction and be free from the shackles of addiction that are holding you back in your life. So the question I want to answer or talk about today is, how do I avoid my triggers, the things that trigger you to either relapse or to give in to your addiction in the first place? Well, you got to think of it like it's a game of hide and seek, or another way you can think about it is it's like you got to treat your mind as if it was like a 5-year-old child. And that 5-year-old child is going to be pestering you, is going to be making a lot of noise until it gets its own way. And what we got to do is really become that parent, really override that voice. You got to be the one in charge, as it were. So if you give in all the time, that's going to be an undisciplined mind. So it's got to be a way of life that you take control. There are lots of things that we want in life, but as we probably tell the children that we teach, you can't always get what you want. And obviously, we all know that too much of something is bad for us. And even in the case of drugs, particularly certain hard drugs, even a little is very bad for you. So you got to understand that your mind will treat you or will respond to you like a very small child. We got to nurture it, and we got to also teach it. Also, communication with your subconscious is very, very important. Because when I'm doing hypnosis with someone, it's that subconscious mind that I'm accessing and I'm communicating with through my client. So it's changing that language, that dialogue that we have with our subconscious mind. So many people live through their lives just on autopilot and not really controlling their kind of behavioral patterns, their thought patterns. And that means they will kind of run off course in their life. And a lot of people will find that the more they run off course, they become lost, they become directionless. Of course, if you run off course enough, you're going to get lost. So staying on track, keeping that dialogue, always knowing where you are, and always checking in with how you're feeling is very, very important. It's like you would check up on your child every so often to make sure they're okay, not getting up to any mischief, not getting themselves in trouble. It's the similar kind of deal with your mind. The monkey mind, as some people call it, it will distract you. It will make you do silly things. It will make you do things that will get you in trouble. So taking control of that monkey mind or that child mind is very important, and is a daily practice that we must all have in our lives to stay focused, stay on track. Because if you think about it, if you want to become good at something, it takes daily practice. And as I say to all the clients that I treat when they're going through addiction recovery, it's like nothing, you're not going to get anywhere unless you absolutely 100 commit to the process. And it's not always going to be pleasant. It's going to be painful sometimes. If you go to the gym and you wanted to get stronger, you wanted to get fitter, it's not going to be a painless experience. You're going to have to push yourself through that pain, push yourself a bit further than you thought you could go. That is the only way we all really can get to where we want. How are we going to improve if we're not pushing ourselves a little bit further than we thought we could go? So taking control of that mind, that monkey mind or childlike mind, is very important. And what happens when a child wants something, say he wants a toy and he wants sweets or something, distraction. Make sure if you can distract that child and give him something more interesting and better to do, He's no longer interested in that, which is probably going to get him in trouble. You know, he's not going to be interested. Give him something positive, productive to do, and they're happy. Your mind is the same. If you can distract yourself from that craving, do something productive, and understand that by doing something productive, you're moving past the cravings. You're moving past that which was holding you back. You are on the path to mastering your own mind, to mastering your own thoughts, and reinventing yourself as a person, discovering who you really are. Because no human being needs alcohol. No human being needs drugs. No human being needs any of that. There is so much in this life that can have more of a greater feeling than drugs or alcohol could ever give you. And it's those who go out and explore that, those who go and push the boundaries of what they can achieve. Those are the ones that discover that. It's those that kind of, out of fear, I suppose, you know, the fear of the unknown, the fear of venturing out stops people from getting out of their comfort zone until they find, and so that they find the quick fixes like alcohol to make them forget or make them feel a little bit more confident. The quick fixes in drugs that kind of alter their kind of consciousness so that they forget their problems. They feel, you know, like an altered state of being. You know, it's, you know, those quick fix things that are destroying your life. Anything that's quick and easy is usually not good for us. Look at fast food, you know, quick food in an instant when you want it. It's the worst food you can eat, you know. Take the time to develop yourself. Take the time to discover the world. Take the time to discover who you really are. And when you build that person, when you build that person within you, that person who you want to become, you will never, ever need alcohol again. You will never, ever need drugs again. You will never be looking for that feeling within alcohol or drugs, or even foods, to those who are addicted to food, so eating disorders. Once you find what it is you truly are passionate about, then all those feelings you got from the drugs, from the alcohol, you will find in your passion. If you can like and subscribe to my channel, that would be very, very nice of you, because it helps my channel a lot and it helps me get my message out there. If you want to book a strategy call with me, if you're suffering with addictions of any kind, alcohol, drugs, eating disorders, book a strategy call with me. Let's have that conversation and get you on the road to developing yourself, to changing who you want, changing the person you are, and becoming who you want to be for the long term. So till next time, guys, take care.